I was so excited and immediately crashed into something. What did I hit?
Oh, look at that little drift there. That's nice.
Scandinavian flick.
I love it.
Spare wheel drive. In this video, we're going to prove to you why a 1980s Volvo is the best car ever made.
So this is my 1992 Volvo 240 that I bought for $500. It was donated because somebody didn't want it, and at the auction no one was bidding on it, and I raised my hand and said, I'll take that for 500 bucks, and now it's mine.
So Brendan, what I'm hoping to prove in this video is not to destroy a Volvo, because that doesn't prove anything, but I do want to show the build quality on these, which was pretty much second to none in the world at the time, and even by modern standards, it's pretty darn good.
Yeah.
Is that broken or is it?
No, there you go.
Nice.
Just had to get it in the right spot.
So this car has 257,000 miles on it.
At least.
And the seats are still comfy. The dash is not horrible. Listen to that engine.
Sounds okay, right?
Throws up a lot of dust there.
Yep.
Now let's see how the suspension is. And we're out here at Tumbleweed Ranch about to go down what we're calling trenches in Andre's pit. And this is our off-road test area. But we're going to use it to test the suspension on an old Volvo.
Oh my gosh, trenches in a sedan?
Brakes don't feel super good.
No, they're not great.
Let's see if we have the clearance. Now, I would never take any car down here normally. Actually though,
hey,
look at that! We didn't even run out of clearance. That's the other cool thing about these older sedans, is they were designed for roads that people actually drive on and not designed to look cool. All right,
oh
got
my gosh.
a little bit of scraping there, but look at the articulation on the Volvo.
Oh, did we get stuck?
No, I just wanted to admire the capability of the 240.
I would have never guessed.
Uh-oh.
Oh, did we finally find a spot?
We may have gotten a little bit off kilter. All right, we'll have to take this with a little bit of oomph. Are you ready?
I'm ready.
Come on, Volvo. There we go.
Oh,
I mean,
what a riot.
Come on, though.
That thing is awesome.
Not horrible. Did you try to go up it?
Yeah, well, that's even harder, isn't it?
Yeah, I'm not sure we're going to have the traction. Now, this does have an open diff, right?
Yeah.
But we'll see. Can the mighty Volvo tackle trenches on the way up?
It's worth a shot, right? Let's try. And immediately stuck. It was a good thought, Tommy.
Not an amazing start here. We'll give it one more go, but I think a little bit more beans.
Oh.
Come on, Volvo! Look at...
And are we stuck again?
Stuck again, yeah. We could make it up with enough momentum, but I think we blow out the diff, so we'll
and probably some of the side skirts, I'm guessing, as well.
I think that's probably a good bet.
Yeah.
But overall, pretty good.
These Volvos are really from a different era. They came from the late 1970s and quickly gained a reputation for reliability and longevity, and not so much design for obvious reasons. But let's pop the hood and see what lies beneath. Give it a pop, Brendan. Hang on. All right, give it another pop, Brendan. Oh, there we go. So, dude, how many miles are on this thing?
Well, it's indicating about 257,000 miles, but who knows how long ago the odometer stopped working, so it could be a million miles for all I know.
So what we're looking at here is an inline 4-cylinder engine. Power, not much. Torque, even less. And there's not much to say about the engine. It's got fuel injection, it's got some vacuum lines, and this is the rare two-tone model. So it's a special edition, the Ron Burgundy edition, burgundy on blue.
Now, getting into the Volvo, it's actually a pretty comfortable place to be. It has a little waft of moldiness in here, but the plastics overall have held up well, minus the fact that it's completely missing the radio. And underneath here, it's got some cracks, and it's looking a little bit weathered and dated. But some of the interesting things that I like is, check out this glove box. So when you open it up, you've got a nice little cup holder here, and a little mirror with an additional cup holder. I don't know how well that cup holder is going to work if you do any sort of accelerating at all, but it's there.
What else should we try? You want to try holes?
Sure.
See how that works in the Volvo? We'll give it a go.
We'll give it a try.
This is our ground clearance test.
I mean, it's only 2-wheel drive, right?
All right, ready to bottom it out. We'll take it nice and slow.
Oh, it caught a little.
So far, so good.
It wants to do it.
I don't want to slam the underside on anything, you know? Wow, we just took a Subaru through here. Do you remember how badly that went?
Yeah, we lost the side skirt.
This is doing better than the Subaru, you have to admit.
Yeah, it is.
I may have spoke too soon.
Oh,
Come on, Volvo!
I think you're gonna do it. I think you're gonna do it.
Power out of there, Volvo! Wow, look at that!
Oh man, I can't believe it.
That was pretty awesome.
That was.
All right,
Oh man.
should we try logs?
Let's do it. That's gonna be, well, it's usually a pretty bumpy ride. I've done it in some cars that it gets pretty bumpy, but this Volvo suspension might soak up those bumps a little bit.
Yeah, we'll give it a try. Oh, the brakes do not feel good.
Yeah, those need to be addressed for sure.
I don't know if we're gonna have the clearance for this, but we'll try it.
Little scrape there.
I'm not sure it'll do it.
Nope.
No. Doesn't quite have what it takes to do logs.
No, it doesn't, unfortunately.
It was worth a try though, right?
Yeah.
All right, so we did holes, we did trenches. It's not gonna do rock to the traction. We'll try lava lane just for the heck of it.
Oh my gosh. That's quite a
steep climb
an approach
here.
angle there on Lava Lane.
Not sure lava lane was designed for sedans, to be completely honest with you. Doing better than I expected.
Yeah, it's a matter of
Now,
there we go.
Now we're just like in a V. Oh no!
Nope.
All right.
Nope, it's not gonna do
Doesn't
it.
quite have the approach angle for this one. But we still have some other fun stuff. Oh, look, we did plow a little bit of dirt.
We did. Oh, are we gonna get up?
Uh-oh. Come on, baby.
Oh, there we go.
All right, let's go try Nathan's crack. So these Volvos were, of course, the traditional 3-box design, and they incorporated a ton of safety features into them, and a lot of kind of little thoughtful touches, like this little bracket around the fuel filler. Stick your cap in there so you don't lose it. Plus, green now, of course, means diesel. You probably wouldn't want to put diesel in this model, but I think what they were going for is lead-free, unleaded fuel. Now, along the back here, the face's a little faded, but look how straight and true it is. Pop the trunk open with this cool little button. Very high lift over height, but a surprisingly large trunk. And yeah, I mean, look, we even have a spare hubcap, which we may be needing today.
Another interesting thing that they did back then is these Volvo keys. I think it's kind of cool how it's got the little keychain like built right into it, so you can hook it right around. And I, of course, added the chicken of this since this is my current cheapest car. And on the inside, you'll notice an airbag. In 1992, believe it or not, I mean, you get an airbag. And then these doors, just listen to how those close. Nice and solid.
All right, Brendan, so the Volvo is doing surprisingly well. Now, these cars were sold all around the world in various configurations. They're best known probably for their wagons, right?
Yeah, I mean, they always call them the brick, right?
brick?
The shooting brick. But let's try this Nathan's crack and see. Look at that. It's just going right through it.
Plowed through it.
No problem.
Now, of course, the Swedish known for the rally pedigree.
Yeah.
Let's see how it does. It is quite smooth, albeit extremely rattly.
Yeah.
Would you agree?
Yeah, I would say so. It,
Look at the performance. There's none of it.
yeah, it needs a little bit of a performance boost, I think, if we're going to make this to a proper rally. Oh, look at that little drift there. That's nice.
Scandinavian flick.
I love it.
Spare wheel drive.
Yeah.
And hard on the brakes back to Nathan's crack. Seems fun, Brendan.
Yes, it is. Oh, and just plowed right through it
For
again.
$500, get a lot of Volvo.
You do. You can't beat that much fun for $500.
I know, not with your pants on. That's true. Well, the Volvo's been a monster, so we're going to move on to the fish pond course where we test our hardcore 4-wheel drives and tackle Dirty D's, which is our mud pit. Will it do it, Brendan?
I don't know. We just watched your side-by-side go through here.
It'll do it. Watch this. For some reason, Brendan doesn't want to join in on the fun through the mud pit. Couldn't imagine why. Putting it down into first gear. Through the mud pit. Here we go. Oh! I was so excited and immediately crashed into something. What did I hit?
I think you bottomed out.
Is that it?
That didn't go very far.
No, not very far at all.
Clearance is starting to become an issue in the mighty Volvo, so we're gonna have to get a little bit clever on how we get through the pit. Oh, this is not gonna go well. I'll tell you that already. Uh-oh. I should have gunned it when I had the chance. What was I thinking? Now I'm just digging a hole.
Let's see, we'll give it a little push.
All right, go for it. Making good burnouts.
Yeah.
Oh, come on, Volvo. All right, so the Volvo is now high-centered in the mud pit. And I'm gonna grab the side-by-side and we're gonna try to yank it out backwards. All right, Brendan, so we're gonna use the mighty Kawasaki mule to unstuck the Volvo.
Yeah?
So you're gonna have to get behind.
Get it out of there?
I'm hoping so. And one of the greatest parts about the Volvo is underneath there's actually a proper recovery point, unlike most modern cars. Unfortunately, it's on the mud side. All right, are you ready? I just felt so cool doing that. Squirrel and gerbil coming in clutch there.
I got a new name for you. We'll just call you Tommy the Mule. Because you're the one that got this unstuck.
That was pretty cool, actually. Yeah, it didn't take much. So the Volvo, we could have done more, probably. It probably would have taken more. Maybe we will in the next video if you want to keep going. But I love these 80s and 90s Volvos. They're practically unkillable. Everything is still how it was when we left. And yeah.
And it still runs strong. I mean, we burned a little bit of rubber off that tire, but otherwise everything is still here. Everything's still attached.
So I think welded diff, mud terrain tires, and a skid plate. And Edward the Volvo's gonna go anywhere you point it.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Maybe we can give that a shot.
All right. Well, be sure to stay tuned, guys. Let us know what you think in the comments below. As always, this has been Tommy.
And Brendan.
We'll see you on the next episode.